to another live stream. I, I made you guys up to bring this topic yesterday, but unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to. So today we are going to talk about it. We are talking about egotism and why it is a bad attitude. It is not a good attitude, so we have to try our best not to display this kind of attitude. It cannot bring anything good, and it will let you break friendship that you have with your friends, with your families, or with those who you communicate with. So we have to be careful. And I'm going to look for the top of egotism, and then I'm going to tell you what it means of the Bible, what it means from the Bible's point of view. And then my background is a little noisy, guys, so please bear with. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it means from the Bible standpoint, and then I'm gonna also share with you what it means from the dictionary. So I am going to look for it right now and give it to you from the dictionary, and then I tell you what it means from the Bible. Our theme scripture is taken from Galatians chapter 5 and verse 26. And I am going to share with you two scenarios. We are going to look at how their ego get the best of them and what it caused them to do. And we have to be careful not to display this kind of attitude, because it can make things go downhill for us. So let me take the time out to say welcome again. Please remember to thumbs up the live stream. Please remember to give your question and you will get your answer to your question. Please remember to tell your friends. Please remember to share with a family member so they can benefit just like how you are benefiting. Also, the most important thing is to grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and come and take note. And that is how we are all going to benefit. All right. Welcome. Nice having you here. We have so many persons here. Welcome to you all. The word egotism means the fact of being excessively conceited or absorbed in oneself. That is from the dictionary. So the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary said it is being excessively conceited or absorbed in your own self. From the Bible reasoning, the Bible said at Galatians chapter 5 and verse 26, it said, make we not get full of ourselves and think say we better than other people. Make we not provoke with one another, and make we not ready for what the one another have or the sitting them with other people have. So it's still they say the same thing. We not feel full of ourselves. So when egotism mean when you're full of yourself. So you all you see is you better than the next person. And that's not how the scripture said we should see. We should see the next person better than you. In today's society, that's not how we see it. We see it, you better than the next person. And so you go. The next person is better than you. Wanna know why? Because you and I don't know what the person do to get where he or she is. They don't know what we do to get where we are. So we always have to make sure that we see others in a positive light. So egotism don't make we get full of ourselves. It means that we're full of ourselves. And this can cause us to be disrespectful to others. Yes, when we get full of ourselves, we lose out on the best part of life. All we see are only ourselves. So guess what? Disrespectfulness start take over. So we forget how to show respect, and we forget how to deal with others properly. So we have to be careful. This is a bad attitude. It is the kind of attitude that will set a building on fire. The reason why I use it in that term, it means that it can cause relationship to fall apart and never mend again. Because once you only see yourself, you will never see other people. Let's look at another scripture that will help us to see why egotism is a bad attitude. It says, when you're full of yourself, which is Philippians chapter 2 verse 3 said, when you're full of yourself, you will operate selfishly. You will do things in contentiousness. You will do things because you only see yourself. You won't have any humility, and you won't see the next person more superior to you. You will only see yourself. Let's look at what the scripture really said. Philippians chapter 2 verse 3 said, do nothing out of contentiousness or out of egotism, but with humility consider others superior to you. See what the scripture says? See the next person, see the person where you deal with more superior to you than you more superior to them. When you see the person in more superior to you, you will allow respect and understanding to pass back and forth. Meaning that what he or she is saying, you will respect it. And what you're saying, they will respect you. Now, if you can't carry out what the scripture is saying right here, then guess what? You only say you're more important and you're more better than that person. And I know, so God say, the person that you are dealing with is more important than you. You see that person more superior to you than you see yourself more superior to that person. So it is very important for us to reason in that category. Guys, my background kind of noisy, but I'm close to the road. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, guys. So I'm close to the road, so it's noisy. I want to apologize for that. So yes, Proverbs chapter 3 verse 7 said, do not become wise in your own eyes. Why? Because egotism will be your next action. That's why you should not become wise in your own eyes. And also it work. You only wise in your own eyes in a work. So why? We must respect God and turn away from our bad practices. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 7 says that we must try our best not to become wise in our own eyes. Try our best not to make our ego get the best of us. Try not make we fool ourselves and display that kind of attitude, because that attitude won't get us very far. Welcome again to all of you. Nice having you here. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to utilize the comment section. Share your thoughts and your point. Hi Sarah. Welcome. Nice having you here. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 12. Here's an encouragement. Have you seen a man who think he is wise? There is more hope for someone stupid than for him. Don't see yourself more wiser than the next person. Hear what scripture say? The stupid one have more hope than the man that think of himself. That means he only see himself. He don't see nothing else but himself. If you only see yourself and don't see the next person. The scripture said there is no hope for you because you're only wise in your own eyes, and that's not good. It is a bad attitude that you're displaying. This kind of attitude is called egotism. And once you full of yourself, everything nah go good. Everything will go bad for you. Because you're not going to see what the next person do. You only see what you're doing. And you is more important to yourself than the next person. And we have to be careful. Because once we start full of ourselves, everything gone wrong. Romans 12 and verse 16 said, have the same attitude towards others as towards yourself. What kind of attitude? What kind of attitude you need to make sure you have? You want to have good attitude. You want to make sure, say, you have love. You want to make sure, say, you have peace. You want to make sure, say, you don't have no cruelty in your heart. You want to make sure, say, you don't have too much anger. You want to make sure, say, you're not coward. You want to make sure, say, you're not disrespectful. And you want to make sure, say, you're not envious. Them, the attitude, they're not good. So you have to make sure that you have good attitude. The same kind of good attitude you have towards yourself is the same good attitude you should have towards the next person. Do not set your mind on lofty things. Do not set your mind on things where you can't attain. Don't, in a Jamaican term, no put your basket where you can't reach it. And no count the chicken before the egg. Oh, the other way around. No count the egg before the chicken hatch. It means that all of those eggs can spoil. You know, must get 12 chicken. Yes, you have 12 eggs, but not all of them will be 12 chicken. So do not count those eggs before those chicken is hatched. Don't do it. You don't put the basket where you can't reach it. Put it right at your hand reach. Make sure you are able to attain it. No, do not become wise in your own eyes. It's a good reminder. Let me read it again. Romans chapter 12 verse 16. Have the same attitude towards others as towards yourself. Do not set your mind on lofty things, but be led along with the lowly things. Things that you can attain. Things that will help you to be a better person. Do not put your basket where you can't reach it. Do not boast about what you don't have. Boast about what you have. Do not say you have something and you know you don't have it. At the end of the scripture, it said, do not become wise in your own eyes. That's not a good attitude to display. It's a bad attitude. Hello, Miss Wright. Welcome. I didn't see you there. Nice having you here today. Sorry about that. I didn't saw you. So, here is two scenarios. We are going to look at Absalom and then we are going to look at Daniel. Why are we looking at Absalom? I'm going to show you how Absalom ego get the best of him. And how his ego caused him to lose out on the good things that God have in store for him. Alright. So Absalom at 2 Samuel chapter 15, reading from verse 1 to 6. It displayed a very bad attitude. And this is called egotism. He put on a showy display and seek to steal the people's hearts away from his father David. Yes, when David was in charge, his son Absalom grew up, and he is next in line to get the throne. But Absalom is impatient and wasn't waiting for it to give it to him. He wanted to get it for himself, so he puts on a showy display, making promises that he can't fulfill, and enticing the people them heart, telling them things that he know within himself he would not be able to carry out. And because of this showy display, sorry guys, the noisy truck is passing again. All right, the noisy truck is gone. So Absalom full up the people them heart with promises and tell them things that he know he cannot deliver. And because of that, his ego get the best of him. It shows that he was full of himself. And because it shows he was full of himself, he leads the people them astray and cause a lot of problem. 2 Samuel chapter 15, reading from verse 1 to 6, said, After all these things, Absalom acquired for himself chariot and horses, and 50 men to run before him. Absalom would raise up early and stand at the side of the road to the city gate. Whenever any man had a legal case that was to come to the king for judgment, Absalom would call him and say, From what city are you from? And he would say, Your servant is from one of the tribe of Israel. Absalom would say to him, See, your claim are right and proper, but there is one from the king to hear your cases. So he started to make them promises. He knew he was not in the right place to be the judge of those cases, but he tricks them and said he is there to help them in this situation. Verse 4, Absalom would say, If only I were appointed as judge in the land, then every man who has a legal case or judgment would come to me, and I would see that he received justice. You see where he started to sweet talk them? Yeah, man. He started telling them what he would have do for them if he was in charge. Let's look at verse 5. And when a man come near to bow down to him, what he do? Absalom would extend his hand and grab hold of him and give him a kiss. He charmed them, making them promises that he knew he was not able to carry out, and it was not in his place to carry out those order. Verse 6 said, Absalom would do this to all the Israelites who would come in to the king for judgment. So Absalom keeps stealing the heart of the men of Israel. So he is making them promises. And he knew that his ego is getting the best of him because he was not king and he was not in charge. But he did not want to admit that he was not in charge. He wanted the people to install him, so he made them promises that he was unable to carry out. And if you continue to read 2 Samuel chapter 15 and 7 go all the way down, it tells you the outcome and how he lose out and receiving the kingship because it was not in his place to receive it. But let's look at another chapter, another scripture. This one is taken, I did say Daniel, but it's not Daniel. Yes, it's Daniel chapter 4, It's Daniel chapter 4, verse 29 to 32. We're gonna look at Mr. Nebuchadnezzar. He is prideful. Guys, egotism and pride is not a good attitude. We have to be careful. Do not let pride get the best of us. Because once pride is in the play, it can lead us to disrespect God and others, and this will let us have to be disciplined. Our pride can cause us to lose out on a good blessing that is in store. And when we are full of pride, we often have to get disciplined because we need to let go of pride. Daniel chapter 4 verse 29 to 32 said this: Nebuchadnezzar is prideful. and which lead to his receiving discipline from God. Let's look at the account. 12 months later, he was walking on the roof of the royal place of his country. The king was saying, Is this not the place that is great that I myself have built for the royal house by my own strength and might and by the glory of my majesty? Now this is how pride gets in. Full of pride. He knows he did not build it alone by his strength and his might. He knew he get helps from God, but he did not give God the glory. He was taking all the glory for himself. Verse 31. While the word was yet in his mouth, a voice come down from the heavens and said to him, To you it is being said, O Nebuchadnezzar, the kingdom has gone away from you, and from mankind you are being driven away. You see? So God stepped in, and God after reprimanded him. God after reminded him, like, listen to me, young man, listen. You are the king. But let me say something to you. I am the one who give you that seat where you sit in. Now you're standing before me taking credit for the work that you didn't do by your own hands. So this is what will happen to you. And then he said, You will dwell among the fields, and you will be eaten vegetarian, just like those who eat vegetables out in the field, just like those cows and goats. Yeah, you will be eating the vegetarian of the field. He says, until 7 times Passover, until you know that I am the Most High ruler in the kingdom of mankind, and that I granted to you, to whomever I want to grant it to you. So you remember a few months ago, maybe a year and few months, we talk about why governments are in their relative places, because God allowed them to be there. It is the same thing right here with Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar failed to give credit to God, and he have to be reproved, disciplined, so to speak. Now, when you receive something and you refuse to give God credit for what you receive, you will be disciplined. So, egotism is a very bad trait, and we have to be careful that we do not let this trait affect us. We need to make some changes so these bad traits do not display in our attitude. Egotism means Galatians 5 verse 26. We not forget full of ourselves and think say we better than other people. So, me not even have to use the dictionary if I tell you the dictionary definition, because the same thing the scripture say. No make we fool ourselves and think say we better than other people. Learn from the attitude of Absalom and Nebuchadnezzar. Pride and egotism was the cause of Nebuchadnezzar to be disciplined. Egotism is the reason for Absalom to put on his showy display. Things that he knew he was not able to give, but he put on a show to give it. We have to be careful. And that is the topic, and I think Emma is the one who gave me this topic. She's not here today, but I know she will listen to it later on. So I'm looking forward for any more question that you guys have to ask and need answer for. You will get your answer based on the Bible. And please remember, there are other traits that we need to take note of that we should not display. And these are wrong attitude. I think we talk about these: anger, cowardness, disrespectful, egotism, envy, covetousness, greediness, hatred, hypocrisy, jealousy, even laziness is a bad attitude. Did you guys know that? Yeah, man. When you're lazy, it means that you don't want nothing good. There's a scripture in the Bible said a lazy person cannot eat. It means that that person in just now do nothing, so how and go eat. We have to be careful, car lazy man cannot eat. You will go hungry, so you have to work for what you have. There's another trait that we should not have: love of money. Yeah, we talk about that, and material things. Those traits are not good. Maliciousness, bitterness, presumptuousness, pride, haughtiness. If you become rebellious, and if you see yourself more righteous than the next person. Being a self-righteous person is not good. So these traits are extremely bad. These attitudes are not good. So if you find yourself with any of these attitudes, this is the time to start eliminating these attitudes. Start working on the inner person and see the changes that you can make. I want to take the time out to say thank you guys for tuning in today. And I appreciate the question that was asked. Emma, you asked a very nice question. I appreciate it. Sarah and Miss Wright, thank you for tuning in and listening to the topic. It is short and spicy. I don't want to stay too long. I want to keep it real. I could continue and talk some more, but I want to keep it real, short and spicy for those who did not get to listen to the live while it was going, so they can go back and benefit themselves from the discussion. Here is a takeaway for you guys. 1 Peter 2 verse 1. Rid yourself of all badness and deceit and hypocrisy and envy and all backbiting. That is where I will leave you guys. I'll see you in the next topic. I was working on a video and I haven't finished the video, so I will post it when I finish. Thank you again, guys. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye, everyone. Oh, it is really sunny today. Look how beautiful it is outside. But my background is noisy. See you guys in the next one. See you soon. Bye bye. Any more question, guys, leave it in the comment section and I will get you your answers.